So this is going to be one of those days where I wish that I had set up better for my scope and that I had created a quiet environment and brushed my hair and done all the things, because I want to turn this into a YouTube video. But first, I'm going to tell you who I am. My name is Rebekah Borucki. I have a website called BEXLIFE.com where I teach people how to live a most blissed-in life, the most blissed-in life possible, through mantra meditation, nutrition tips. In fact, today, which is Monday, April 18th, 2016, I have a brand new video with Mike Perrine talking about detox teas and how they're garbage. And we're giving you lots and lots of great diet advice that's real and honest. So you should definitely check that out at youtube.com/BEXLIFE. And today I'm going to talk about manifesting, how you're doing it wrong, and how I do it right. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I do, what my manifesting process is, and then also read you something that I wrote a long time ago called 5 Reasons You're Fat, Broke, and Unhappy. I wrote this a long time ago, and I just found it in my iPhone notes, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to share that. So how's everybody doing? Let me just say hello to everybody. You love the video, Hannah? Awesome. I'm so glad that you saw it. Yeah, a lot of people are watching it already. I'm excited. It went out to my newsletter group this morning around 7:30, and people have been eating it up, and I'm so happy. And thank you for sharing, Shannon, Alexander. If you guys have friends who are interested in manifesting, definitely tap that little guy in the right bottom corner of your screen to share this on Twitter. I love when you guys share it on Facebook. I see it, and I like it. And for those of you who have been coming back a lot and putting your paws up, thank you so much. But also, just want to give a little shout out to Ithaca, where my 18-year-old is going in the fall. This is my new uniform. This is the official BEXLIFE Periscope uniform. I'm going to be wearing my Ithaca sweatshirt every single day. I got to wash it one of these days, though. So let's get right into it. Manifesting, manifesting, manifesting. I love what Gabby Bernstein says about manifesting. It is not wishing. Manifesting is not the same as wishing. Manifesting is not the same as praying. Manifesting is bringing into reality your deepest desires. So whatever your hopes, your dreams are, manifesting is bringing those into your reality. So I want a house in the woods, manifest it. I want a job on TV, manifest it. I want a best-selling book, I'm manifesting it. So what does that even mean? What do I do? Action, 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 action. Action, taking action when you have a thought or an idea, taking uninterrupted and unobstructed action, keeping your little Ganesha doll near you so that he can go pow, pow, pow to all of the pow, 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 all of the, barriers that are in the way. He is the remover of obstacles. So, moving without obstruction. When Mike and I talk about this in terms of diet, it's about not putting things into your body that are going to slow the digestive process. So not, no processed foods, not eating meat, not eating dairy, things that slow everything down. And if you're going to do those things, make sure that the rest of your diet is whole, nutritious, easy to digest, fibrous, lots of raw fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, things that are going to allow the harder to digest things to move through. That's the key to vitality. That's the key to health. So the key to manifesting and allowing your dreams to come into existence is to get rid of the obstacles and the muck that makes it hard for them to come into existence. What are those obstacles? Other people's opinions. That's a big one. Fear, that's another big one. Thanks for all those letters, throwing up all those random letters. That's cool. Not going to twerk for you today, maybe another day. And a lot of the things that I talked about in the 5 reasons you're fat, broke, and unhappy. Oh, wait a minute. Shout out to my friend Jenna at the Love Bomb Company. It's backwards for you guys, but today I will manifest some cool ass shit. How cool is that mason jar? So I'm going to give you my list. You can interrupt at any time by, shouting something out or whatever, but I'm not going to see it because I'm going to be reading. Number 1, there goes the baby. Number 1, you're minding the things that don't matter and missing the things that do. Worrying about outward appearances, not taking time to ask how things serve you in the moment. Or, in the case of diet, obsessing over calories instead of nutrients. So you're minding the things that don't matter and missing the things that don't. Your attention is scattered all over the place and not on the dream or the desire or the passion. So you're allowing all these like confusing and distracting thoughts, ideas, people, whatever, to come into your head and gets in the way of you manifesting your deepest desires. You're not budgeting your resources, which leads to overspending. So what does that mean? Calories, time spent helping others instead of yourself, overspending for instant gratification instead of asking yourself how you're going to feel about that thing in a week, month, or year from now. Getting caught up in mindless tasks like social media instead of taking an hour a day to learn something new. You end up depleted of time, money, and energy for the stuff you truly need. So when I talk about manifesting your dreams and your greatest desires, going after the job you want, working on a new project, a lot of people say that they don't have the time. It's because you're spending time on things that don't matter to you, that aren't serving you. Number 3, you're taking advice from 1,000 different experts, even me, instead of trusting your own intuition. You know what's good for your body and your budget. You've been doing the research forever, meaning that you live inside your body. You know you better than anyone. You know your head, your heart better than anyone. It's time for you to take responsibility for your situation instead of giving it away. So experts are great and teachers are great and doing the research and Googling that shit and all that stuff is great. But when it comes down to it, you are your own expert and you have to honor that intuition. And this is going to allow for a clearer channel for your energy, for your passion, for your dreams to flow and your desires to manifest. And number 4, you're not being honest with your efforts, meaning you're not putting in your full effort. You're not showing up consistently. You're not doing the thing every damn day because you're afraid of failing. So people who call themselves procrastinators are actually people who are riddled with fear of failure. Just think about that for a second. Procrastination is really the manifestation of fear of failure. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, Shannon, for throwing up that yes. I'm checking the comments every once in a while. Thanks for the pause up. If you are someone who procrastinates, it's because you're actually afraid of failing. Bless you, honey. So everyone in this house has colds right now. I'm like so think about how that's true for you. If I'm putting off a blog that I don't want to write, and it doesn't have to be a big failure, like your life is going to end, you're going to lose your house, and like people are going to die. It's just that you just don't want to do it because you don't think it's going to be good enough. You don't think people are going to like it. You don't want to see the outcome. So procrastination is actually the fear of failure. You're not being honest with your efforts. You're not showing up consistently because you're afraid of failing. And number 5 reasons you're fat, broken, unhappy. And this is an old thing that I wrote, but I'm bringing it back about manifesting. You're getting caught up in the glory of other people's public accomplishments. I'm going to say this again. You're getting caught up in the glory of other people's public accomplishments instead of being grateful for your own small victories. And this is so true of people who are looking at other people on social media and thinking that they have this perfect, wonderful life. And let me tell you guys, my life is super dope. My life is dope. It does not mean that it comes without struggle, without problems, without heartache, without challenges. Like, my life has all of those things. My life is super dope. If you look at me and you go, wow, that woman is a happy woman living an awesome life, it is true. But all that means for you is that you too can have that. You too have that available to you. And I have like this little mantra challenge. It's totally free and I never sell anything. And there's not like a thing at the end that says like, buy this program and learn how to really live a dope life. Like that doesn't happen. It's a 21-day mantra challenge at lookhowdope.com. And there's all these little like hand-drawn mantras for you. There's excerpts from my book that's coming out in January. So there's all kinds of good stuff for you in there. And I encourage you to join it so that you can see that your life is super dope as it is right now. Not in comparison to anyone else's. It just is. The isness of the dopeness of your life is for real. Lookhowdope.com. It's like the isness of God, the isness of the universe, the isness of dope is just as real as all of those things. So check that out, lookhowdope.com. So how I manifest my deepest desires and my passions. I remove that fear. I remove that idea of comparing myself to other people. I have to believe in the isness of me and the isness of the God that is supporting me and holding me in his hands and saying like you were put here for a reason. So when you have the power and the wisdom of the entire universe of creation behind you, supporting you, what is there to be afraid of? Somebody's stupid opinion on Facebook? That's dumb. Don't do that. So stop listening to so many experts while discounting your own intuition. Stop being fearful of other people's opinions. Stop being fearful of the outcome because the journey is so dope, right? Stop getting caught up in the glory of other people's public accomplishments while not acknowledging the dopeness of your own life. Stop doing that. Show up consistently. Manifesting is not wishing, it's not dreaming, it's not hoping really hard, it's not praying. It's getting up and doing the thing. Manifesting is the physical embodiment of your hopes and dreams coming into reality through your effort and good work. That's the most important part. Through your effort, your consistent, completely true and passionate and honest effort every single day. Through that effort, that consistent effort, every day. That's what manifestation is. That's what brings your dreams and passions into reality. If you're afraid, call me, tweet me, hit me up on Facebook, find me on Instagram, and say, I'm afraid. How do I shake that? And then I'm going to ask you, what are you afraid of? And then you're going to tell me, and I'm going to say, is that real or is it imagined? Are you trying to predict the future like a psychic? Or is this a real fear? Like, I'm afraid of bungee jumping because my cord could snap and I could plummet to my death. Real fear. Don't do bungee jumping. I'm so against it. Also, don't deep dive in the ocean. It's not for you. The people don't belong. You can do it, but if you die, it's probably your fault. So those are things that are real fears. But I'm afraid that someone's not going to like me because I post something about a new business that I'm doing on Facebook. I mean, that could be a real fear. Like they could really stop liking you, but who really cares? Because that person was a jerk anyway to begin with. Or I'm afraid that if I share my insecurities or I share the truth about my story, that people are going to think I'm weird or they're not going to like me. That could happen. But why would that be anything to stop you from doing those things when you could help so many people? That's real. Like their nonsense is not real. It doesn't come from love. But your sharing does. So you should do that. Anyway, I'm going off track. I gotta stay on point with these periscopes because this is gonna go on YouTube. And I love you guys. So I would love for you to talk to me on social media. I would love for you to find me at BEXLIFE on Facebook so we can have this conversation. I think that you're all great, and I really appreciate you showing up because when you show up for me at 11 a.m. Eastern, back to Mondays and Fridays, I had a little hiccup last week where I freaked out. I was like, I can't do it every day, but I'm back. I got to be here every single day. When you show up for me here, it inspires me to show up. It keeps me consistent with my efforts. It allows me to keep sharing. So we support each other. Something really interesting, part of a sermon in church on Sunday morning, this past Sunday morning for me. The person delivering the sermon, our spiritual leader, was talking about how sometimes you just wish God was a person so that he could come and just give you a great big hug and make you feel supported. You know, you wish that God had skin and was in human form. So that's why we always attempt to humanize God, because we want that support. We want that connection. But the truth is that all of us actually are pieces of God. We all have that piece of creation of the universe, of source, of light inside of us. So we are God in skid form. We are gods, that little pieces of gods that can, come and give each other hugs. So allow yourself to be supported by all of these pieces of God around you. Allow me to support you, and I will in turn allow you to support me. Like, that's what this whole life is about. It's super cool. And when you have that support, there's nothing to be afraid of. And there's nothing getting in the way. There's nothing obstructing the path of your hopes and dreams and your passions coming through you and manifesting themselves into your reality. There's nothing to be afraid of. I love you guys. Give me a pulse up and more hearts. Gimme, 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 gimme. You needed this kick in the butt today? Awesome. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So once you find a quiet, comfortable spot for your meditation, I want you to go ahead and get into easy seat or sukhasana in Sanskrit. That means you're sitting up nice and tall with your legs maybe crossed like this, one foot in front of the other, or in full lotus or half lotus. I prefer half lotus.